let's talk about how to get your skin smooth. And regardless of your age, you can accomplish this. I'm Lisa, and I have been a holistic master esthetician for over 40 years. I say that in every video. But the fact is so many people ask me or don't know who I am and how I have knowledge about skin. And I have practical knowledge of skin. I've owned 7 salons. I have taken care of hundreds of thousands of people around the world, and I can help you with whatever you're going through. I'm almost 60 years old. Well, I'm 59 and a half. I'm just proud of that. And I've done nothing to my face. I don't even wear foundation and concealer in these videos. And I didn't always have perfect skin. So how do you get your skin smooth? Skin is all about texture. It's about the decades, and you hear me say it all the time, of cumulative damage that we've acquired. When we were young children, perhaps our parents didn't put a hat on us. Perhaps they didn't use the right sunscreen. And sometimes I even wonder if they should have used sunscreen at all. You know, just put us in the shade or taught us how to cleanse our skin. You know, we were really poor when we were young, but one thing I remember, and I don't know if it was a God thing or one of those things that happen in life from the universe, but my mom came home one day with a mud mask and something to help me exfoliate my skin. And if you knew her, this is shocking. It is almost like the trajectory of my life was supposed to help people take care of their skin. Now, when I was younger, I did use foundation as a teenager because I thought it was what I was supposed to do. I thought it's what made me pretty. You know, MTV was coming out when I was in high school. I think I was a senior or a junior. And when I was a young esthetician, I was working with a lot of models and things. I got very fortunate living in California. And I think I just had so much knowledge that those people really came to me. They were really around me. And what I noticed is I'm wearing foundation, trying to look pretty, but I noticed how bad and bumpy my skin was. And then I noticed how bad and bumpy their skin was. So my point is, it is about the things you're doing as well. So you've got decades of damage. A boy or a girl, you're not taking care of your skin properly as a teenager. You're told it's hormones, which I have whole videos on that. Hormones heat you up and make you retain water, and you just clean out during that time, especially if your hair follicles, your pores that are really hair follicles, are clogged. And you think it's hormones, or everybody wants to tell you it's that. But I can tell you, my clients that have been with me for decades don't even break out anymore. And I went through menopause for, my gosh, it seemed like 10 years, and I don't break out. It's so about how you care for your skin. And texture comes with that callus layer. So let's imagine, whether you're male or female, that the heels of your feet are all icky and, dry and really thick looking. That's what happens to the skin on your face. Anywhere that is exposed to the elements. And I love the sun. Yes, I'm a dark girl, but that is just my melanin in my skin. I take very good care of my skin, and that is what I teach all of you. And if I didn't, it would become very calloused on my hands, on my arms, even my elbows. But because I exfoliate with a body brush every time I bathe on my body, because I exfoliate my skin gently on my face, I don't have that callus layer. And so I don't have that bumpy and textured skin. We are told by so many people that have no practical knowledge of skin. Some have done a lot to their faces or wear a lot on their faces, meaning foundation, makeup, concealer, that if we just do this, if we just put on this cream, that texture will get better. A really big one right now is using hormone creams. And after talking with a few of the physicians that I love and a few people within my realm of life, beauty industry, cosmetic companies, manufacturers, everyone agrees this is such a phase, just like using beef tallow, but that's a whole nother video. These things don't give your skin any benefit. But when you go to put something on, and let's just use beef tallow, think of it as like Crisco. And imagine you're really dry, and then you put that on your face. you feel like things look plump. You feel like things look smoother. But the fact is, it isn't creating a base for healthy skin. It isn't working with your epidermis, dermis, stratum corneum, the deep cells of your skin. So the way that I recommend you taking care of texture is helping to get rid of all of those decades of cumulative damage. So you exfoliate gently morning and night before cleansing. That's just part of the routine that I teach my clients. I love to put oil on my skin. Your skin is an oil-loving organ. And when you apply oil, you'll find that you no longer think you have dry skin or combination skin or oily skin. You really have normal skin. It's just that you've been taking care of it wrong, or you've been doing crazy things to it that you don't even realize. Bad sunscreen, bad foundation and concealer, they're all bad. Bad skincare products that don't really create change. You know, maybe you're not drinking enough water during the day or when you first wake up in the morning. At night's when our body heals itself, so your cells can be very dehydrated when you wake up. I typically get up a couple times during the night. I always have. I used to be a really bad sleeper. I'm so much better now. But I always make sure to have a couple gulps of water in the middle of the night. I put it in my mouth. I take a minute because your body's really kind of tired, and then I drink it down slowly. You'll be amazed how that helps your cells that really dehydrate during the night really plump up. Another thing I love to do is massage. I have so many videos where I show massage. You create muscle memory, you lift everything. But while doing massage, you are also helping the texture of your skin, because as your skin begins to mature, I don't mind aging, mature, I don't want to be 20 again, I love the age I'm at, you will notice that it starts to kind of wrinkle or ripple, or I wish they would call it a different name. The texture changes. But when you start to do things like adding oil, and I love to do my gua sha and my facial massage at night, and I already have videos on this, so I'm not really showing you gua sha, but you're amazed how it creates blood flow and oxygenation of skin cells, and you'll notice your skin starts to smooth out. This also happens as you remove those decades of cumulative damage. So think of this as your healthy, beautiful skin. And then you have decades and decades of cumulative damage. And as we remove those layers, you will be amazed at what you see with your skin. In fact, you can email me personally, lisa@peachesskincare.com. And when I send you before and after pictures, or when I show them on these videos, it is amazing the changes that you'll see. This is actually a good time to show one. So this is a client who reached out to me. That is my rooster in the back. We have roosters all over Kauai, and that is one of them that comes to get a snack from me every night. But she reached out to me about texture, melasma, discoloration, you know, really premature aging. She just felt like she looked really dull. This is her after. And this is just after a couple months. And when I show you before and after, these are the clients who allow me to do it, but also stick to the program, and they are consistent. So you can change the texture of your skin. You can change anything about your skin. The skin is an amazing organ, and it really will listen to you, and it takes suggestion easily. So reach out to me. Let's help your skin. And I hope that I've encouraged you, regardless of what age you're at. And I hope that I help you uncover your true confidence.